Windows 10 default programs keep changing. Since the fall update last month, Windows 10 automatically keeps changing the default apps for certain types, mostly browser, PDF, MP3, JPG. I have tried changing them back from the Settings app as well as the Control panel. I have observed that this happens mostly while unzipping files using WinZip. Windows changes the default programs back to Microsoft recommended programs such as Edge, Photos, Groove, etc. Is there a way to restrict this from happening? Has anybody else encountered a similar situation? I couldn't find similar question anywhere, so I'm asking this here.
I switched to the latest version of WinZip, 20.0, and haven't encountered the problem since. So I guess the previous version, 15.0, was in some way incompatible with Windows 10 file associations and triggered the reset.
I've had this problem frequently but randomly. I was finally able to track down one set of triggers for the issue, but not a direct fix. Only hackish, partial workarounds. Workaround. For example, Groove or Movies and Amp TV will try to grab the associations of music and video formats. The only solution I have found is to uninstall these seemingly uninstallable programs. This URL. The above article describes how to use admin PowerShell to temporarily uninstall some Microsoft installed apps. For example, or after uninstalling these apps, Windows 10 has never tried to retake these file associations. I was half expecting it to try regardless and break the associations completely, but was fortunate. Unfortunately, this will not fix all of these problems. PDFS will continue to revert to Microsoft Edge because it cannot be uninstalled by this method. Trigger cause. I was able to track down a trigger that causes this to one of my programs. Though I'm not certain that it is the only one that does it, as it only causes some associations to change. So more likely it is certain actions that the program causes sets up the first trigger, and another program completes the trigger sequence. According to Procman, it does some registry snooping with file associations. The second trigger is to open a program that is associated with a file type that often reverts. That second program also snoops at file associations according to Procman. What I imagine happens is that the first program does something to corrupt the protection Windows 10 has for programs changing file associations. Opening the second program causes Windows to recheck its protection, and when the /project ends up being invalid, it gets reverted to Microsoft defaults. For example, I can see an old version of Photoshop and Firefox doing this. They both look at the key. Program 1 messes up the /project somehow. Program 2, which is associated with the type, makes Windows recheck it and revert it. I'm a little mystified as to why it's deemed corrupted to begin with, because the file association is correct before and after Program 1 does its thing. The association wasn't hijacked, so it didn't need Microsoft's overreach to begin with. Not all of my systems have the same programs installed, so I'm guessing there may be many esoteric old programs that cause the first trigger event. Aside from my original workaround above, I guess you could be mindful using the offending programs. Shrug.
An explanation and solution is given at GHacks. You can either use Stop Resetting My Apps, which was developed to stop this resetting, or modify the registry by hand. So, here is what you need to do for that if you prefer the manual way. Tap on the Windows key, type regedit.x and hit the Enter key. This opens the Windows Registry Editor. If you can, Open a second registry window for easier handling of the following operations. Navigate to the following key _current_user /software /classes /local settings /software /Microsoft /Windows /current version /model /repository /packages. Locate the application you want to block from being the default, and open app /capabilities /file associations there. This displays the list of file associations of that particular application. Take note of the value in data. It looks like a long random string, UPS 3757 NIDE 3F9BX 6862 HV0T4Z7 Inc. Please note that this string may be different for any of the file types or protocols listed there. Switch to the second registry editor window, and go to he_current_user /software /classes /that random string. For example, he_current_user /software /classes /ups 3757 NIDE 3F9BX 6862 HV0T4Z7 Inc. Right-click on it, and select New and GT, string value. Name it Nupenvith, and keep its value empty. Repeat the process for any file association that you don't want the particular app to be ever associated with again.
Several apps like Edge, Groove or Photo took over control of your files when you upgraded to Windows 10. You will then not be able to choose your own software of your liking to open your files. But this behavior can be stopped if you add a setting to your registry to exclude, for example, Edge as an available file handler for PDF files. Following will stop Edge for blocking the use of Acrobat to open PDF files and other software like Firefox to open HTML and HTML files. I use the word block because Edge acts like a virus. It always resets the file association back to Edge. Even my 20th attempt to associate Acrobat Pro or Reader was reset after a few hours, sometimes seconds. Now to the Reget setting. You need to look up the associated program inside the registry and then create a new key for the file type you want to exclude from that program. The following entry shows that for PDF, UPS 4 NRZ 8 FF68 SRNHF 95 A8 SPR1 CR 723. Is that program id? Now you go to he_current_user /software /classes /ups 4 NRZ 8 FF68 SRNHF 95 A8 SPR1 CR 723. Note the same id, and create a new string key Nupenvith. Leave it empty. Example, as long as MS does not change the ids, the following will stop Edge to hijack HTML, HTML and PDF files. You can copy this to a text file, change extension to reg and import it to your registry. If you remove those two keys Nupenvith again, it will revert to original setting.
Fileassociation.